Persona 3 probably has the most. I don't want to say profound because that's like really fucking. It's like. What's the word? It is. It's profound. It's not like other games or media hasn't done it before, but it really does this great job of like, this is the end. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of. I don't want to say you're wasting time, if that makes sense, throughout the game, because there are definitely 100% like places where you feel like you're wasting time, right? Especially in the run that I just recently did, where I didn't get like three whole fucking social links, right? Right? But but here's the thing. The story around everything in the game is so tightly knit. It's difficult because as much as I love story games, these games are so impactful and make you remember so much if you're paying attention that it's hard to go back and simply just watch or play them, right? And act like you're doing it for the first time or something. Like, it's super difficult. That's why I think that little loading screen in Persona 5 where it says take your time is so impactful. You know what I mean? Because you really should, like my buddy Dan did whenever he was playing, like, literally fucking anything. Whenever he would play anything, he would consider all of the things that he could do now and how could that impact him for the future and what he could do that would help him the most, right? I would just do shit, right? Like, in this whole recent playthrough of Persona 3, all I've been doing was I'm like, I want to get Lucifer, I want to get this, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get all these social links, like, so if you want to do that, this is the one thing that I'm going to say. If you want to do all the social links and get that done, the one thing you have to do is actually just do all the social links. Don't worry about social stats at all. Once you get to level 5 for social stats, if you're at level 5 for all three of them, right, by, say, August, you're kind of like in the clear because you don't really have to do none. The hardest part about this game is to, like, make it known to you guys that, like, do all of the social links as early as possible and focus on one stat to get to max, right? Like courage for Fuka or like charm for Yukari, right? Just to start them before the summer, right? Like, to, if you could get both of them, great. If not, it's all good. But dude, Persona 3 is like Samurai Champloo. What I mean by that is you're watching it, you're playing it, you don't even realize until it's over the quality of what you just watched is. Because I remember when I first started Samurai Champloo, I was essentially, I was like, what? I was in high school, and I had a couple jobs, and then I would go and hang out at my buddy's dad's mechanic shop, like, after school. We would, like, do shit, get, like, paid, like, $40 or, whatever the fuck. Hey, go throw this bottle at this Polish dude across the street. Here's $20. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But I remember I had some dough, and I was like, oh, like, I'll go on Amazon or whatever, like. So I remember I had my buddy Dan, not my buddy Pat. Pat was the one who had his dad at the mechanic shop. Dan was the one who was super into anime. Dan was like, oh man, you gotta get into more anime that aren't like Dragon Ball Z. Because I just loved Dragon Ball Z when I was growing up. Because obviously, if you don't love Dragon Ball Z, there's something wrong in you. okay? And essentially, he was just like, yeah, you know, you gotta get into some cool shit. Like, check out this one called Full Metal Alchemist. And I was like, Full Metal Alchemist, bro. It sounds like some fucking stupid gay queero robot magic shit. What are you talking about? I could not have been more wrong in my stupid fucking broken brain fucking thinking. All right, Full Metal Alchemist is without a doubt it's on par with this. Like, it's the same way that I was saying for Samurai Champloo. The difference is, for Full Metal Alchemist, if you're watching Brotherhood, you know immediately within the first 2 episodes, you're like, oh shit. And then the next 2 episodes, it gets even fucking more oh shit. You're hooked. You are hooked. And here's the thing. The replayability with games is different. Everybody has a different type of thing. Some people can sit through dialogue like this. I'm not necessarily. I really am into gameplay, so I want to get to like, oh, I want to go fight the Reaper. I want to go do this. I want to go do that, you know. And I like visual novels like this kind of on the first playthrough. So I want things to be like a little bit different on each, you know, subsequent playthroughs or however, you know, the story may be broken up. But it's just one of those things where, you know, you want, and then, so Dan's getting me into Full Metal Alchemist. He's like, yeah, check out this guy. His name is fucking Van Hohenheim. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool as a fucking name, not gonna lie. And then he's like, check out this dude's name. I was like, what the fuck is this dude's name? His name is Sig Curtis. I'm like, alright, he sounds like his name is Cigarette Curtis, which is pretty fucking sick. Alright? And it just went like that. With Dan would come in, we go and we do like an interview basically at the lunch table where he'd be telling me about like a character from something, or for like Full Metal Alchemist, and then I'd be like, that sounds badass. You saying he's a suit of armor? And then so eventually went and I not like pirated, but yeah, I pirated. I just watched it for free. I watched all of Full Metal Alchemist for free on my computer at the time. And then what happened? Oh, I just loved it. So I was straight up like, I'm gonna buy it. And then he was like, well, the Blu-ray's out of print. What if I just gave you my DVDs that I had? I was like, bro, that would be sick. Would you really do that? And he's like, nah, it's all good. I have one of the out of print Blu-rays. So I was like, nice. So then, like, I didn't rewatch it or something. I was like, I waited a little bit. But he was still trying to get me into more. So he was getting me into, like, Monster and Berserk. This was, like, 15 fucking years ago. This was before the blow-up of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I got into that. I remember Bloodborne released when I was in college, and I fucking hated that game. Fucking hated that game. Bloodborne was fucking poop. Bloodborne still kind of is poop because it's at 30 frames a second. Now, all of the aspects that are not poop, the world building, the model design, all that shit, everything that isn't the 30 frames a second, right? Or the spazzy dogs, there's stupid fucking enemies that have fire or shoot things, or there's stupid fucking enemies that just like spaz the fuck out. Like, it's fucking so dumb. Miyazaki has never made once a faithful adaptation of what he thinks Berserk's universe is. And everybody's like, oh, it's so close, it's so close. None of you've read the manga. You watched the fucking shitty Crunchyroll fucking anime first, and then you watched the 97 anime, and then you said you were Berserk fans. None of you actually went through that whole fucking disgusting, fucked up, just... Oh, that manga is so fucked. But, like, as fucked as it is, it's insanely beautiful and incredibly well crafted. Like, if you read Berserk, you've never read or seen a story as carefully crafted as that. I don't care what anybody says. You read that shit, what is it, like the first like, I want to say like, well, it's like 20. The first 20 volumes of that, bro, the first 20 volumes of that goes so hard. So hard. You get the whole Golden Age arc, you get the Black Swordsman arc, and then you get the beginning of the Conviction arc. Goes so fucking hard. The next 20 also goes hard. But then Miura was like dying, and then he died. It was terrible. But anyway, this is a Persona 3 video, so let me get back to that. The way that that Persona 3 is like, Samurai Champloo is like this. And it's different than Full Metal Alchemist. Let me explain. Full Metal Alchemist, you know, it's sort of like banger from the beginning. Now this, if you're into like the whole visual novel, the whole like finding out the whole thing, it is a banger from the beginning. But the difficult thing is when you're doing replays of it. When you're doing replays of it, it's like, I want to just get through this. You know what I mean? And it's difficult because it's like, all of this is what all, like culminates to all of that. And it's difficult, and here's the other thing, and I do understand why Persona 3 fans don't like Persona 4 and they don't like Persona 5. They really like bittersweet, absolutely just beating the shit out of your heartstrings, giving you an absolute fucking like, oh, dude, this game is so good for the story. The gameplay is all over the place. Like, I have complaints and I have grievances, but then there's other things where I'm like, wow, I'm so glad that they improved that quality of life. What happened to this other quality of life change? They just totally ignore, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. But, dude, it's fucked. It's really fucked up. And I know that I haven't finished any of the streams on Persona 4, or Persona 3. I know I haven't finished the streams. But it's well known that if you're watching any of my streams, we're doing this as people who've already beaten the game. Okay? When I first beat the game, okay, I paid attention to the whole thing all the way through. I was playing it on the PlayStation 5. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, where in the game does it say Makoto dies on March 5th? Like, bro, that's the ending of the game, is that he fucking dies. He dies. It's not a beautiful moment where, like, everybody regains their memories of what they did in the dark hour and all that. No, they regain their memories because he dies. He was the seal. That's some crazy shit, dude. And it's perfect. It's perfect as a story. It's perfect. Because nothing is perfect in the story. That's what makes it perfect. In the imperfections, you're able to attain these just glimpses of what old Hollywood was like, where it's just lightning in a bottle. It just fucking works. Like, how the fuck, like, fuck Kanemata. Who is this guy Shinjiro? I guess there's a dog on the team. 2 months later, you're just like, I fucking love you. I would die. I would literally die for this dog. I would have died for the dog when he was as soon as he was introduced. All right, I just want to make that be clear. Shinjiro, I loved him immediately too. Badass, just like me. Ken could have fucking eaten a dick. Ken could have eaten a dick and fell off a building, and I wouldn't have given a shit. And I would have been like, that was more emotionally impactful than Shinjiro. I would have been lying, but you know what I mean. It's just fucked. Then they make you like Ken, and there's no way you're not gonna like Koromaru. Dude, it's just so fucking sad. Like, it makes so much sense. Because JRPG fans It's like from the beginning. How this script and text is written as a JRPG fan. From the original Final Fantasy. Everyone dies in the end. Like, and they've just been I don't want to say repurposing, but like, you know, like reintroducing that with like new series where like you do all of this and you sacrifice yourself in the end for everybody. You know what I mean? But there's so few like series that like actually make you feel that impact, like Persona 3. I can't even say Persona 4 and 5 because 4 and 5 have much different endings. They have objectively different endings. 4 and 5 is more akin to what Persona was like known for. And then 3 is essentially what they became famous for. Because Persona 1 and 2 were not necessarily that well received outside of Japan. Like, I don't even think they got a fucking release. Right? Then you get Hashino, Meguro, and the fucking guy who did the fucking character illustration and design. And goddamn, you're talking like hits 3 for 3, right? Hits 3 for 3. And here's the crazy shit. Then goes on, makes a new studio, new game, gets RPG of the Year. Now, whether or not they got RPG of the Year just because they made Persona, I don't know. Right? But I really did like Metaphor. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not finish it. I got like to where you have to sneak onto that guy's ship, which is like halfway through the game or so. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of just like, man, I really wish that these guys were making another Persona game, because as it stands, and with all of the shortcomings, like I mentioned, that were in Persona 3 Reload, again, they did quality of life changes, and they did a lot of changes that were good, but there's a lot of things that they missed that they could have like just easily just made this 10 out of 10 material. Persona 4 is a 10 out of 10 game to me. Even with Nanako, I fucking hate Nanako. Even with Nanako, still a 10 out of 10. Persona 5, it's like a 9. I call it a 9. I call it a 9 because everything in it is like upscale. Right? And it's good. But some of the cell shading, like, it just kind of looked weird. Whereas, like, in Persona 3 Reload, like, they finally got it right. In 5, they were still, like, you know, screwing around with, like, the computer-generated, like, 3D imagery that they were using. It just looked, you know. But if it's visuals, like, it's not the story. You know, it's not the story. It's not the story in any of these games that I dislike. It's not the presentation. It's none of it. It's like each game has its own shortcoming. And you almost like want, like, how do you put it? Each game has a shortcoming that you want the other ones to overcome, if that makes sense. And it's almost like that shortcoming kind of like defines the game. Like that limitation kind of like, that limitation forces you to work within it. And then you can expand it to like where you actually want to be, or like the total like extent of what like you can like min-max like a character to or whatever, right? Because I play this game for min-max and some other shit. But it gets crazy once you get like away from like the whole they're gone now. Who is taking over the series? We still don't know. The closest update that we had to P4 Revival was that Atlas forgot that they were developing it. So, it's bullshit. It's the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing. It's close to the same thing with Elder Scrolls fucking Morrowind. Where, like, the team just straight up, like, does not give a fuck about doing it. And you're just like, this is one of the games that put you on the map. And they're just like, yeah, you know. It's sad. It's sad for the future of gaming that, like, people, like, remakes and remasters have gotten to the point where, like, they don't even want to, like, touch it unless that they can, like, do it justice, or, like, they don't want to touch it because they didn't even fucking like the game to begin with. I don't know what's worse. But, fucking, they killed the fucking Makoto, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it's one of those things where the more I think about it, the more I'm like, god damn, of course the Persona 3 fucking fan base likes this, and they don't like any of the other ones, of course. You bittersweet fucking narcissists. Just everything has to be fucking difficult for you, doesn't it? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Everything has to be hard. It's just like real life. It's not happy. Fucking, you sound so unhappy with yourself. Nothing in life is happy. Yeah, nothing in life is happy. You don't have to dwell on it. You know what I mean? It's why Persona 4 works so well. It's like, they're not dwelling on things being happy or sad, or like murders going on in the town. Things are just happening throughout the story. And you actually feel like you're hanging out with the characters. It's great. Top 10 game. Yeah. Persona 4. Persona 3. It's still up there, but it's the old problem with all things. The fan base makes it cringy. The fan base kills it. The things that the fans say are like, you know what I mean? And then they act like they're better than the other ones, where I'm just like, bro, get over it. It's all the same game. It's all by the same directors and creators. What the fuck are you guys talking about? These idiots on, like, Reddit, like, game facts forums, and, like, all this bullshit. It's so stupid. I wonder if we'll ever get, like, a game like this again, because Persona 3 is a really interesting game. Persona 3 and 4 came out, like, within a year or two of each other. I'll just talk a little bit about the history. The PlayStation 3 was already out, and Persona 3 was, like, far into development. You know, so, like, they released it, was it 2006? Yeah. I think it was 2006. And then Persona 4, I think, was either started development when they finished, or it was in, like, development at the same time. I'm pretty sure it started development when they finished. And it took them, like, a year, basically. So I'm pretty sure it was back to back. Yeah. Yeah, 2006 for Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3. That was the original subtitle of the game, was Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, because it was a offshoot of the Shin Megami Tensei series. The Shin Megami Tensei series being the adult version of Pokemon, where you can fucking summon Satan and Odin to fight each other. Yeah. Katsura Ishino, fucking Shigenori, Sojima, and Shoji Meguro. Those are the one. They're the ones. They are the ones. And here's the thing. Fucking still don't have a male social link, which sucks. You know what I mean? It still doesn't have a male social link. I wonder if they would change that, like Shoji. Because remember, none of the original none of the original team worked on the remake, which is again like it's sad, you know. And they started doing all of the spin-offs because of people wanting to see Makoto and Narukami or whatever. I don't call him Makoto. I call him Mugen Onizuka. Fucking, that's the real. Jesus Christ. Yeah, RPG of the year. Persona 3 FES got it. RPG of the year. Yeah, our FES is probably still the best fucking version. 127,000 copies in its first week. Damn, 210,000 copies overall in Japan by 2008. Damn, 158,000 for portable is crazy. But then again, it is Persona 3. Oh my god. I actually, as a Mass Effect fan, I disagree with this entirely. There is no way you're going to say that Mass Effect 1 is better than Persona 3. There's no way. There's no way. There is no fucking way. I don't know what moron at Microsoft paid the other retarded person, but they're probably Jewish. I don't know. They all sniff money and they're like, yes, I need it. Fucking ridiculous, man. Fucking ridiculous. What is this? Some fucking Japanese developers are killing it, but the American ones are like, here's some fucking dough, give me the award. I don't want to say that. I do love Mass Effect 1. It's my favorite of the Mass Effects. But there's no way that it's better than Persona 3. There's just no way. Even the original Persona 3, which with all of its shortcomings, like, Jesus Christ. Now, when was Persona 3? When was Persona 4? Persona 4. Wow. Amazing. Persona 4. Persona 5 was 2016. Literally 10 years. It was 10 fucking years. 10 years. And not only that, it was 10 years and it was released on the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So it was 2 years for Persona 4. So the PlayStation 3 was already into its life expectancy, right? And Persona 4 released on the PlayStation 2. Okay? And this thing fucking went nuts. This is without a doubt the best game. You know what I mean? And I mean, in my opinion, I don't wanna fucking piss people off. Even though I'm definitely gonna piss people off. Wow. Jeff Gerstmann, this fat fucking retard video game journalist for GameSpot. Wow. He gets paid to write shit for these guys, and this is what he said. One of the best games I've had to play, with video games, when I was playing by myself. There isn't much new from the last game. My favorite, blah, 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 blah. This guy's a retard. This guy's a fat fucking retard. God damn. No wonder this is fucking... No wonder GameSpot fell so fucking far in such a short amount of time. I wish you people could see this fat fucking retarded guy that was fucking writing for them, but Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, fuck me. Oh my god, and here's all these fucking queers. Oh my god, these fucking faggots talking about kanji. Oh, it would have been so great if he came out. Oh, that's not who he is. His whole thing is he doesn't even know what it means to be a man. Like he tries his best, but he doesn't have a father figure, and he lives with a single mother. Why do all these queers have to just be like, kanji is mine? Like, no, kanji's my G. Kanji is my N-word. Kanji literally is okay, there's one party. There's literally one party that I take with me all the time throughout Persona 4. It goes Yukiko, Kanji, and Teddy. It is the best party of all time, and there's nothing that can beat that party. Nothing. Nothing on earth can beat that party. Nothing. Alright? Kanji's not gay. Yukiko doesn't really want to stay at the inn, but she's going to anyway. And Teddy's a human. That's it. Just get over it. I'm so sick of these fucking queers. And they're fucking, oh, Brenda Braithwaite, author of Sex and Video Game. This fucking, look at this bitch. She has a fucking 5-head. Oh my god, watch this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Hold on. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this bitch's huge fucking head. This huge, disgusting fucking head. Ugh. Ugh. Disgusting. Ugh. These fucking assholes get paid to write shit about this. They get paid to talk about gay people in games. What the fuck? People complain to me that they pay me too much money to teach their retard kids how to fucking play the fucking instruments that they fucking say, oh, you know, little Johnny really wants to play the drums. Well, guess what? Little Johnny is fucking 4 and can't follow goddamn instructions. So maybe come back when he's 8 and has been slapped around a couple times in karate class. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Everyone wants to water things down so much for the next generation. Oh, here's some water, here's some water, here's some water. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking Persona 4 Golden, 324 physical copies. 324,000. 21,000 digital. 1.5 million copies on the Vita before it came to Steam. The Vita was where games went to die. Normally you wouldn't buy a Vita just to play Persona. I did. Well, not really. I bought the Vita to play other shit. Persona, it just became my Persona and Muramasa Rebirth machine. Because those are the only 2 games worth playing on there. God damn. You know, it's just so fucking... It just... And here's the other thing. And this is the other thing, alright? Like, because of the stark contrast between 4 and 3 and 5, even though it's the same fucking director, art, like character designer, and fucking composer, right? It's all the same. Even though the themes are different, the fan bases are at each other's throats about who is the best girl, what is the best game, what is the best this, what is the best that. Fucking all the time, and it's so annoying. It's like the Smash Brothers community. You guys are fucking unemployed. Get a job. I've been trying. I can't even find a job, but at least I'm trying. You guys are on fucking Reddit and Game Facts. Just fucking Mitsuru, Yukari, Yukiko, Makoto. These are all fictional, underage girls. What the fuck is wrong with you people? The only one that basically doesn't count is Igus because she's a fucking robot. God damn. I'm so worried about what Persona 6 is going to look like, because without the 3 that were really guiding this series into like being an actual contender in the JRPG market, they are off and on to another game series. So, who the fuck knows? But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Have a great week, y'all.